You got it. Okay, now what I have to do is, I got to hit share screen, and that will look to admit you, right? Oh, no, I see it. Oh, you're up there. I see admit right here. I think we're going to be good, buddy. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can. It says up top that you're connecting to audio and you can't necessarily hear me yet, okay?
Yep.
And that's your. Yes, hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching, Self-Reliance You, and very, very happy to have a young man with me who I've always been very impressed with, known him for a number of years now, and Alex Raymond, who's done some tremendous work with videography. He's actually looking to has started his own business and looking to start another one. And so anyway, Alex, if you could just kind of give us your story and your background and, let us know about you here, my man.
Sure, sounds good. So right now, I have my own business with my sister called Raymond Media. And we're planning on phasing that out, and I'm going to start 2 new businesses. But before that happens, I'll tell you how I got here. It was back in high school, my junior year. I took a multimedia class with Mr. 𝙎𝘊𝘾𝙄𝘼, and that sparked my interest in videography. And it wasn't until my senior year of high school, when I was shooting the football games, that's when I decided this is what I want to do. I want to video things for a living. And so I went to Point Park University for my freshman year of college. Didn't like that. And so I transferred to Kutztown. And now I'm a senior at Kutztown. I'm going to graduate in the spring. And I have an internship this spring, sorry. And so, yeah, that leads us up to here. I'm about to start the 2 new businesses. I'm going to start my own videography company, and I'm going to create an online course with my dad.
And the online course is going to be dealing with what, Alex?
Well, my dad loves to ride bicycles, as a lot of you probably know. And so I'm going to take his talent and my talent of video, and we're going to make an online course of how to fix your bicycle.
Great idea. Great idea. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this. You said you had a previous business, and I kind of like to get the history of, because you're going to kind of move out of that other business. Any particular reasons or even lessons that you learned from that first business that you could share with us?
Yeah, of course. So we deal with mostly weddings in the business I have now. And the first wedding I shot was my sister's.
Okay.
Actually. And I was actually a groomsman in it. So like I kind of didn't even get
multitasking.
Yeah. And so looking back on it, that video was crap. But still people still came up to us and was like, hey, like film our wedding because we love that. And so that kind of sparked the idea. And then my sister created the business for me, and we've been running it. But she's actually been getting into photography.
Okay. And
so what we've talked about is phasing out our business, and she's going to make her own photography business, and I'll make my own video business.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So where do you see yourself, Alex, 2 to 5 years down the road here?
Ooh, 2 to 5 years. It's a long time when you think about it. Because, even just from the beginning of last year, I've seen myself improve in my video quality with wedding videos and other videos. So in 5 years from now, I expect to have a successful videography business. I expect to be hiring high-paying clients. And with the online course, who knows how big that can get. We're just going to launch one section at first and see what people think. But yeah, who knows how big that can get.
Yeah, marketing wise, it's always good to test things small. As you test things small, you don't take a full plunge in. It's almost like kind of dipping a toe in and then just trying to see what kind of feedback you get and everything. But
That's
certainly
exactly
with,
what we're doing. Yep.
certainly with the interest as far as, fitness and exercise and this whole COVID thing, people, that's one of the great things, obviously with bicycles, you can certainly socially distance. I mentioned to you, about my son down near Philly with his own mobile bike business, and he loves it. He's as passionate about it as probably as your dad is, and his name is David also. So just a coincidence there,
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this, Alex. What advice would you give to various, let's say, juniors and seniors, or even kids that are in college, as far as things that you may have learned, different things that you found, useful for you, and maybe some things that they should be doing? Because as long as I've known you, you've always had, phenomenal personality. You got a great work ethic. You always go above and beyond. I remember a lot of those videos you shot with the football and basketball kids, your junior and senior year. They were amazing. And
Thank you.
so, no, they are absolutely, and it's not just because, we've known each other a long time. I know you, well, and your background. So what would be some of the ideas and advice you would give to, people in that situation?
I think one of the biggest pieces of advice that I think about is don't be afraid to pivot. And what I mean by that is you should find what you love to do meets what you're good at. And so an example of this would be in the online course that I have, 𝙈𝙀𝘿𝘄𝘼, he loved making music and he wanted to be a musician, and he loved singing and playing instruments and all that. But he wasn't very good at it. But what he did find was that he was really good at making videos.
Okay.
So what he did was he started making music videos. He's still doing what he loves, which is music,
Right.
but he's doing it with something that he's good at. And so with me, I love making videos, or I should say, let me start that over. I love sports in high school, and I love shooting sports, and I was really good at making videos.
Well, and let me just interject something right now, Alex. You were one heck of a baseball player too. So
That's true.
yeah, you were. And anyway, it was something I know you took a pride in, your dad took pride in, and I got to see you on a number of different games, and you were definitely a very, very impressive baseball player. So yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure you threw that in there because you probably wouldn't, and I'm gonna brag you up there.
That also reminds me, like I've thought about that before. Like, oh man, like I want to make baseball videos or football videos because I love sports so much. But I soon came to find out that that wasn't really practical, and so I pivoted, and now I'm making wedding videos and business videos for businesses because I'm really good at that stuff.
Well, let me ask you this question real quick, okay? What did you find out as far as the sports videos? Was it the financial, the return wasn't all that as much as you hoped it might be? Was that a thought there, or what was your thought?
I learned that I love controlling what I shoot.
Okay.
And so in sports, with sports videography, I would have most likely been like a camera operator, just sitting in one spot on the field.
Okay.
What I mean? Like there's really, when you think about it, there's not too many guys just freelancing NFL games.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and so I thought to myself, yeah, that would be really hard to do, and it's not very practical. So I like controlling what I shoot. And so when I get clients, I can pick and choose who I want to shoot, and that's that.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Just trying to think of the idea behind it. Alex, how much, and again, what I try to do with Playing It Forward coaching, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘄𝘼, is try to encourage how everybody really is essential. One of the things with these previous lockdowns, to me, it was frustrating to hear people in various offices saying, "Oh, well, this is essential. That's not essential." And obviously, what you're looking to do with your own business is to, as you say, be in control, make yourself essential. And I think that's very, very important for any young person or anybody of any age is to be able to do that. And kind of the core philosophies of how to become the hunted out there, whether it's for your business or whether it's for your working skills or whatever, are those three things of develop a good work ethic, which you have, develop good people skills, and be willing to go above and beyond, whatever it takes. And so it's one of those things that this is what I'm looking at for, trying to help young people, kids in high school, teens, young adults. And what are your thoughts on those three characteristics of, to become the hunted that way?
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually funny that you mentioned being essential, because I actually have a book that I just read called Essentialism.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, like
pull that back up again. I want to see who's the author. I love these little ad-libs here.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘄𝘼.
Okay, just hold it up to the camera one more time here. Okay, very cool. Very cool. I like it. Yeah.
Yep.
So go ahead. Great ad lib.
But yeah, like one thing that you should try not to be, and it's okay to be at first, but is to be a yes man. If I was a yes man, if I say yes to every single little project, I wouldn't have time to make this online course.
Sure.
It could be, essential to my future. So it's good to pick the essential things in your life. And just recently, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘄𝘼, my school actually reached out to me because they wanted me to make a video for their social media site or something like that. And I respectfully turned them down because I had some wedding videos that I needed to edit.
Sure.
And so I said, hey, can't do this right now, but here's my friend. He's an editor. He can do it for you. But I had to pick and choose my battles. So
yeah. Well, there's a good resource. You just showed me a good resource book, and I'll share the one that I have that I think would be very useful for you. It's called The Pumpkin Plan by a guy named 𝙈𝙀𝘿𝘄𝘼. Okay, I mean, you can find him on Amazon. That book really helped my son David with his mobile bike repair business pick and choose, because they always say the customer's always right. Yeah, there's certain customers you don't want to deal with. You really don't. And it's a type of thing where if you set your price, you know your value. And basically what the Pumpkin Plan with this 𝙈𝙀𝘿𝘄𝘼 talks about is the idea that you, as you just said so well, you kind of pick and choose who you want to work with. The idea, and one of the great tips that I also got from a guy named Alan Weiss, he's considered one of the top consultants in the United States. When anybody tries to, kind of barter him down on his, what his offerings are, and you can use the same line, you just say, oh, that's fine. What part of the value do you want me to take away? Okay, it's a great question to come back at them, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, wait a minute. Well, no, if we're gonna bring this price down, there's some certain value we have to take away. Okay, so that's a good response for you to use, going forward. So anyway, I didn't mean to jump in there for too long, but other thoughts and advice you talked about with some of the younger people.
I mean, one thing is to read books. I have a big stack of books here that I've read. These 4 so far.
Which ones are they?
Sure, I can go through them.
Yeah, please go through them, okay? Because I see some familiar covers, and I think I've read a lot of them. You got Robert Kiyosaki's there, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yep. I'm in the middle of this.
Recognize the cover. Yep.
Just started that one.
Excellent.
This was the first one I read, the E-Myth.
E-Myth with Gerber, read it. Yep, excellent. Excellent.
The 80-20 rule.
Okay, the principle. Okay, and that's Robert Cook, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Essentialism.
Right. Another one.
This one is what got me into online courses.
Launch, okay. I have heard of that one. I've not read it yet. Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
I read this book in about 2 days.
Good.
I couldn't put it down just because I was so interested. I wanted to learn everything. It was amazing. Sure.
Absolutely.
And this stack of books are books that I want to read or going to read next.
Okay.
I know that you referenced some of these, I'm pretty sure, like How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yes. I encourage everybody to read that. And the metaphor I use, Alex, is and you can use it for a bicycle or a car. What that'll do is it literally lubricates human relationships. It's like oil to the engine of a car or oil to a bicycle, because there's so many things that go on in our life that we have these little squabbles, and we never need to have them. That book is a total classic. Carnegie's book. I was fortunate enough at the end of my freshman year, just before I turned from college, just before I turned 19, to get that book. I went to the local public library, and I mean, it really is the foundation of my coaching and teaching. It really is. Yeah. What are the others you got?
This is a huge book, but I'm excited to read it.
Okay.
The Intelligent Investor.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that what I'll learn in this book.
That's right. That's right.
Is that you need to make money work for you.
That's right.
So I want to start investing.
Totally agree.
Elon Musk.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of him. He's I guess he's number one in the wealth thing. Went past the Washington Post guy. Yeah.
Yep, that just happened. Yep.
Very good. Well,
then,
yeah, go ahead.
This is the last one, The Essence of Success.
Okay. Earl Nightingale. Yep, I had a lot of his back in the day, a lot of his audio tapes, have a lot of notes from him. He was one of the grandfathers of the self-help movement. Excellent, excellent. And I'm really glad we're kind of going in this direction, Alex, because again, nothing can really change in our life except for, the people we meet and the books we read. And the information. None of us are going to live to be a 1,000 years. We don't have time to try to figure everything else out. So I absolutely applaud you for getting tied in with some of these incredible authors here. Fantastic, fantastic.
Yep.
So, any closing thoughts, Alex, that you have as far as thoughts or advice?
I mean, just going back to what I said before, just don't be afraid to pivot on what you want to do for your career.
Yep.
Find what you love to do.
Yep.
And find what you're really good at, and try and combine those, and I think you'll be happy.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, just fantastic, Alex. And it's just so what you're saying has such wisdom, well beyond your years and everything. And absolutely applaud you on that. Now, Alex, if people want to get a hold of you, okay, could you let us know? Give us an email, and maybe say it twice, and give us a phone number and say it twice, or whatever you want to do there. So we can.
Yeah, I can give you guys my email.
Okay.
My email is Alex Brian Raymond, so AlexBrianRaymond @gmail.com.
Perfect. Perfect. Excellent.
Yep.
And well, we certainly wish you the very best as far as going forward is concerned. And thank you for your time today. This was outstanding. I love we did some pivoting here as far as this interview was concerned, because as soon as you started bringing those books up, you definitely caught my attention in another way there. So very good in getting those things in there. So I appreciate it, Alex, and we'll definitely stay in touch. Okay.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. We'll be talking again soon.
Sounds good.